Hey guys, she returns for a part 2 session on how to build a business through TikTok. Once again, guys, sit back and relax. Enjoy the second part of an episode with Caitlin Wheeler. Once again, guys, thank you for all the recent downloads for podcast These Get Degrees. Go visit Apple iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or Amazon Music today and give us a review and let us know what to do. And for all you swag lovers, go visit etsy.com/C's Get Degrees and the t-shirts and apparel that we have going for C's Get Degrees. So once again, guys, thank you for this recent download. Corn is out.
Do you want to transition into?
Yeah, it's a soft transition into TikTok.
Yeah, well, so here's the deal. I'll start this way. The other day, someone on Facebook asked a really great question. They said, "What is the one piece of advice that you would give to somebody that is afraid to go live?" And I commented. I said, "Well, here's the deal. Okay, here's the deal. You basically missed the boat. Like, live is like transistor radio at this point. No, it's not transistor radio, but it's basically like Blu-ray at this point, right? Technology is moving so fast. Like, if you're not confident and if you're not going live, like, you've already missed the boat. Facebook is over, y'all. TikTok is taking over. Facebook has so many regulatory things that they're coming up against right now. And also, the platform is no more fun anymore. People don't enjoy being on the platform. The only way that you get going in the Facebook algorithm is like political. You've got to ask like questions, but the questions it's just weird. So TikTok is literally taking over, and some people are like, "Oh, no way." But it's so true. And the reason why is because TikTok is, it's the way I describe it is it's truly an app for creators. Okay, it's an app to be experimental. It's an app for people that are really creative, and you can have a lot of fun with it. You don't have to do dance videos, and it's a technology that allows you to become a really, really good video editor, without having like a team behind you. But you can create some really good content right there on the app without going off the platform. There's transition features, there's effect features. You can slice it, you can split it, you can add music, you can add filters, there's so many things that you can do. You can speed it up, slow it down, different effects, really cool. And so TikTok's absolutely taking over. And so here's the key. You still want to figure out how to do Facebook Lives, because TikTok actually has a live feature. When you get to 1,000 followers, you get to go live on TikTok. And if you've got a brand, if you've got a business, that should be your goal, right? To get to 1,000 followers. And I have some ideas on how to do that really fast that I'll share. So you still want to, if you haven't gotten over yourself and you're not going live on Facebook, you want to start doing it to practice. But what I'm saying is, get this like concept in your mind that we're moving so fast. TikTok is disrupting Facebook, Instagram, even YouTube. TikTok has something called EduTalk, which is they're pouring a ton of funding into it, and it's going to take over YouTube. And the reason why is because just how TikTok, you don't have to go off the platform to be successful on the platform. You can edit, you can shoot content, you can interact, you can engage. It's all there on the platform, whereas like with Facebook, you kind of have to go off to edit. YouTube, you've got to go off to edit. So it's really, really cool what's happening, and you need to pay attention to TikTok. And there's some people that will be like, "Well, what about the China thing? I don't feel comfortable. I've heard it's not safe." And just take a look. TikTok's being bought out by Walmart and another company. They're in negotiations right now. And the bottom line is, our information is out there. If you are on, so The only way to protect your information at this point would just be to be completely off the grid. If you have a cell phone, your information's out there, even if you're not on any of the social media platforms. And I can give you evidence of that with my mom, because she's not on any social media, but she's on Google on her cell phone, and her information is, she's getting the pop-up ads when you talk about something and then you see a pop-up ad a couple days later. It's because of the Google on her cell phone. So anyway, that's the deal with TikTok. Pay attention to it, leverage it. It's incredible.
We both grew up in the industry with technology and computers in front of our face and stuff. So the way I look at it, a long time ago, it came out of the book, The Secrets of Undercutter Hitman. He goes, they've been watching people since the 60s and 70s. So he's like, don't worry about it. Just live your life. So the way I look at it, as instead of fighting that, leverage it.
Absolutely. It's so much fun too. So I don't know about you, but like for a while, and I wanted to address this really quick because I feel like this is just something that as creators, as entrepreneurs, business owners, we got to get it right anyway. But I was just like drowning on Facebook and Instagram. I wasn't having fun. It just wasn't fun to me. Like I really enjoy doing the lives. I really love that. And I think you can see that. But just like the posting, the engaging, the groups, I don't know. I just wasn't enjoying it. But TikTok is like a different story. I really enjoy it.
See, I'm kind of different, but I'm more on Facebook because I don't know TikTok as much. And the reasoning for it is that algorithm is just a little bit different to me. I mean, it could be the same, it could be different, but like for me, I can dig into Facebook advertising and go down to each tier and get to that age group. But TikTok, I'm just like everyone else that kind of jumped on there when COVID hit. So for me, it's learning how to use the hashtags, learning how to post. Okay, the max. It's just the overall nuts and bolts of it.
Okay, I've got some tips for you. What is your name on TikTok?
Here, I'll send it over. I'll screenshot it.
Yeah, send it. You need to follow each other. I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things here that I just want to talk about really quick that will be helpful, that I found. And I mean, I literally just got on it. And my goal is to one, find the 1,000 followers to go live. But I don't want to just find, so with the 1,000, I'm not so worried about them being like perfect followers for me, like my niche. I just want to get to the 1,000 so I can go live. But after I hit the 1,000, I'm going to be, more specific about who I'm following and who is following me, because think about it. If you've got 500 people, right, or 300 people, even 100 people that are following you that are in your niche, right? Maybe they're male entrepreneurs that have, a 9 to 5 or an 11, or was it 8 to 11 or 3 to 11, and they have a side hustle. Maybe they have 2 side hustles and they just want to get out of their job, right? If you've got 100 people like that are following you, I mean, like, that's powerful. And you're creating content that they're engaging with and that they're looking for every day. That is super powerful, Chad. For me, like, moms that have single moms that have 2 littles that, are just creatives and they just know they want to build a freaking empire, right? If I've got 300 of those that are looking for my content every day, that's super powerful. The 1,000 comes from just the being able to acquire that live feature on TikTok. So that would be my goal. If you're a creator, if you're a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur, I would say download the app. Okay. And don't worry, you're not going to get rid of Facebook. You're not going to get rid of Instagram. Basically, TikTok's going to become part of your flow, your daily flow, right? And you're going to be driving people from Facebook to TikTok and people from TikTok to Facebook. And you are right. Facebook has the ads feature, which TikTok does do the ads. But it's new, right? The platform's so new, which is why now is the time to get in, because you can really do something over there. But you're not going to get rid of any social media platform. It's going to become like a flow, like I kind of have it back there. That's something I was working on. my flow for 2021 with my social media platform. So I'll talk more about that in a second. So just a couple tips for how to get to 1,000 fast. And in addition to getting to that 1,000 followers to be able to use the live feature, here's the mindset you want to go into it with. Have fun. Get 1,000 videos under your belt. Okay? Do it as fast as you can. And some you might be like, oh my gosh, 1,000 videos. But when you want to post 1 to 4 times a day. So it's going to go quick. And the reason why you want to do 1,000 videos with your head down and not look up until you got it is because in those 1,000, you're really going to figure out the platform, and you're going to, figure out what your audience wants to see from you and what you like doing, right? So what content do you create? Because some people are like, oh, well, I don't want to do dance videos. You don't have to. In fact, I just saw this really cool, he's a lawyer, and he does these awesome videos where he'll give you like he'll say, how things they didn't teach you in school, lawyer edition. Okay. And, he's there and he's, giving you a couple lawyer tips, and it's real value, things that you're like, wow. And he's got his suit on and he looks great. But I've seen videos of people lying in their bed that get 3.2 million views, and that's why I love the platform, because you really can show up as your genuine self and just have fun with it. So I call it the 3 E's. What kind of content? If you're not going to do the dance videos, which I suggest you play around with, because one of my best videos to date is a dance video. And I was like, oh my God, I would never do a dance video. I'm a mom. I would never do that. Right? Would you ever do a dance video?
Yeah, I'm quirky enough, probably.
You can really play with it.
I mean, for me, I'm probably 95% know who I am. So I'm enough to, I don't know, I've been through worse stuff. So it's like, what's the big deal? You go up on stage and have some fun.
That's it. And it's having fun, right? So 3 E's. These are the things that you're going to create content around in those 1,000 videos, 1 to 4 times, posting 1 to 4 times a day. Okay. And remember, you might be like, oh my gosh, 1 to 4 times a day. But remember, you can repurpose your best TikToks over on Instagram with Reels. And that's what I would do. In my TikTok university, I teach you how to repurpose, right? I'll talk more about that at the end. And I have something really, really special for your listeners. Okay. Something free for you guys. You can share it on Facebook. One of my favorite things to do is repurpose the TikToks into my stories, Instagram and Facebook, even LinkedIn, right? So anyway, the 3 E's: entertaining, empowering, and educational. Focus on those. And my friends, John and Nadia Melton, they talk about entertainment. So they entertain, we entertain while we're educating, right? Entertainment. That's the best thing. And that just comes from being yourself and just not worrying about like, how do I look? Am I looking at my notes? Is my makeup done? What does my background look like? Although, and again, I used to think that this mattered, but I've seen TikTok videos with it just like being such a mess in the background, and they've got, 1 million views. So just that's where the 1,000 videos are going to come from. You're really going to figure out what works for you, what doesn't work. So that's number 1, the 3 E's. Number 2, and these are tips for how to get to 1,000 really fast. Okay, the 1,000 followers, so that you can get that go live feature. The second thing is cross promote. So the way that you're going to find followers, in addition to some of the other tips I'm going to give you, is talking about your new TikTok account on your Instagram, on your Facebook, on your YouTube, right? You could do a YouTube video and be like, how I made my first TikTok, right? So there's so many things. Just get creative and also look at what other people are doing. I carve out, 15 minutes every day on each platform where I'm going and loving on other people's stuff and just kind of looking at what other people are doing. I'm not getting lost in the scroll, but it's 15 minutes that I set on my timer. And sometimes I use like a kitchen timer. where I'm just loving on other people's stuff and looking at what's trending, what's cool. And so that's really cool. So number 2 is cross promote, and get your Instagram followers, your Facebook followers to come on over and promote and follow you on TikTok. Okay, the third thing is do giveaways. So giveaways are just a great way to get people's attention and kind of just break into the platform. People love giveaways. This is how I grew my Facebook audience, and I'm working on it over on TikTok. Now, you don't have to give away an Apple Watch. You don't have to give away a gift card, although that could be really cool. And this is kind of like organic advertising, right? Think of it as like your TikTok ad spend until you figure out the TikTok ad algorithm and how that all works. You could give away a free podcast appearance. Okay, you could give away a free coaching call. You could give away, so get really creative with the giveaway and just make sure that when you do it, you know, in the TikTok, look at how other people are doing giveaways. Look at how other people are doing giveaways on TikTok. A great person to look at is John and Nadia Melton. They do a lot of great giveaways, and they do it really well where they're like, hey, if you want to be entered, tag a friend who also wants to be entered, share this, right? And make sure to also cross promote the giveaway on Facebook and Instagram. Okay, so we've got the 3 E's: entertaining, empowering, educational. That's the kind of content you're going to be creating. Cross promote, do giveaways, and then hashtags. Use hashtags. You can use up to 6, okay? And I suggest every day when you go onto your TikTok app, when you're doing your DMO, yes, I have an hour every day where I'm like, okay, these are the things that I do. I create my content. I'm engaging, and I'm doing some messaging because they do have a direct message feature in TikTok, which is so cool. I had a lady the other day, and I said, girl, I was like, you would smash it over on TikTok. I have a lady who just did her team just did 80K in sales. Okay. And she goes, well, you know, if I was selling widgets, yeah, that would be the platform, but I'm not. My business is all about relationships. And so that's not a good platform to me. And, you know, I just have to say, I understand that because my first mentor was like, don't waste your time on social. 4 years later, that was not good guidance. Okay. Good thing I didn't listen to him. So if you're leveraging social and people are telling you you're crazy, just know you're not. I mean, by now people should know, like, this is kind of how it's going. So, but yeah, so you can absolutely build relationships on TikTok. You can also kind of be an infomercial on there, which is so cool. So if you're doing the infomercial, if you're giving the entertainment and the value, I mean, you're going to smash it. And so don't think because, oh, it's dance videos. Oh, it's, 15-second video clips. Oh, because no, you still are going to remember, you're going to create that flow. And I'll tell you how to do that in a second, where you're going to be creating the relationship with them on the back end. And so whether you're selling a widget or whether you're selling, a relationship, sales is relationships. So just, don't forget that. So anyway, hashtags. Every day, go on to, you're going to go onto your app and you're going to go to the Discover tab. It's a little magnifying glass and it says Discover. And what's going to pop up is all the trending hashtags. Okay. Now, here's the thing. You can use up to 6 hashtags on your video. And just a quick pro tip, when you're making your videos, and this is where the 1,000 pieces of content come in, because you're going to get really good with like, okay, where do I put how many hashtags can I use? Where do I put my lettering if I'm going to add lettering into the video? Because it can get cut off. It can get, so you're going to get, this is why you want to create these 1,000 videos. So you get really good with the placement. But yeah, use up to 6 hashtags. And what I say is use 2 trending hashtags. So like today, hashtag haven't seen and hashtag plant TikTok. So I eat a lot of plant-based, so I'm going to be doing a plant TikTok. And if you can make the video relevant to the hashtag, that's always great, because that's where you're probably really going to get a viral video from. But let's say you make a video that doesn't really have to do with the viral hashtag. You can still use the trending, up to 2 trending hashtags in your 6 hashtags, and you'll be fine. to kind of get yourself going on the platform. For the other 4, use a niche hashtag. And I like to look for ones that are, I'll go on other people's videos that are, in my niche to find these trending niche hashtags. I like to use ones that have between 1 and 6 million viewers attached to them, okay? When you type in the hashtag, you'll see how many viewers have been attached to that hashtag. And I like to use trending niche hashtags that have between 1 and 6 million. So definitely utilize hashtags. That's how I got my first 500 followers, was going for the hashtags and using those. So that's how you'll also find ideas for videos and connect with other people and build those relationships. Okay. And okay, my last tip is leverage the bio. Okay, so just like on Facebook and Instagram, you've got your profile picture, which make sure your profile picture is the same across all platforms, right? For for people to be able to recognize you, right? And then you've got the bio, just like on Instagram and Facebook. So you may have to play around with your name. Like I started with my Caitlin Wheeler official, and then I changed it to Shot of C, and I kind of developed this vitamin C persona where I'm come to my page every day, because I do a lot of inspirational content, and my emojis the shot and the orange, which is, there's kind of a backstory to that. But anyway, okay, so you may have to play around with your name, and you can always change it back once you've have your 50,000 followers, or whatever your goal is, your 5,000 or whatever it is. Maybe your goal is just to have 1,500, right? And those you're going to get your first 1,000, and those next 500 are just going to be so niche down and so targeted to you, and they're just going to be looking for you every day, and it's going to be amazing. But you can always change the name back, but you can play around with that. Don't be afraid to play around with that. But for the bio, tell about what you are, what they can expect when they come to your TikTok account, and you can add a website. Okay, so when you go into edit profile, that's where you will change your profile picture, your username, your bio. That's what you'll type, what they can expect for you or who you are. And then you can add your Instagram, you can add your YouTube, and you can add a website. And so I suggest for the website, if you have a website, go ahead and put it. If you've got a freebie, go ahead and put the link to that. Link to your Facebook. If you're doing a lot of Facebook Lives, put that link there, because you can't link your Facebook to TikTok for some reason. You can only link your Instagram and your YouTube. So play around with that, and you can absolutely put a link to your website or your freebie, or maybe a video that you want, a Vimeo video that maybe talks about your thing that you're schlinging, right? So those are my tips for how to get to 1,000 followers fast. So you can go live, and then don't forget about those 1,000 pieces of content. That's going to help you figure out what your peeps want to see and what you really enjoy doing. Whew, okay.
Well, I don't need to talk. I just dropped the mic on this one. No, I looked at it this way and how you were describing it. It's almost, remember about a year or two ago when people are like, hey, focus on Facebook, that's it. And now what it is you're kind of focusing on TikTok first. And here's the thing with people that aren't on TikTok, everything's direct synced. So you upload a video on TikTok, you can turn around, put on Facebook, you can turn around, put on Instagram. So it's almost like you focus on that one first, put your time and effort into that one, and then uploading your other social media platforms. Here's the thing too, and hint, guys, you get paid on all 3 of them. If you have enough content, enough followers, you can make not one source of income, you can do multiple. And it's not about the money, guys, but just let you know, you get 3 different paychecks from each different platform, if not 4 counting YouTube. So
absolutely. This is what my flow looks like really quick every day, right? So I've got my TikTok where I'm building genuine relationships, and then in my bio, I'm driving them back to my Instagram and my YouTube and my Facebook, right? And on my Facebook, they're going to see my live Boss Babe Kitchen, which is where I cook healthy food and I talk about business. because I wanted to talk about both. And so I was like, well, I'll just do both, because if they're moms like me, they've got like 20 million things going on anyway. They'll be able to handle it. So then, from Facebook, I drive them to the full episode of the Boss Babe Kitchen that's more edited and more pretty with the link to the recipe on YouTube, right? And then on Instagram, I've got my, Boss Babe Kitchen that I do twice a week. That's less than 10 minutes. And I do that on IGTV. First, I do it on live, and then I repurpose it to IGTV. And we've got the reels that I'm repurposing from TikTok. And all of this is coming back to building relationships to figure out, okay, can I help them with network marketing? Do they need the secondary flow of income? Are they an influencer and maybe they want the secondary flow of income, or do they want me to help them with branding, or are they good with branding and do they want to get in like Forbes and Good Morning America and all that, right? That next level branding. Or are we talking real estate? And so it's just a flow. Figure out what your flow is for 2021, because we would be crazy. There's different people on different platforms, and see, everybody always thinks that they don't have leads. And I guarantee you right now, if I gave the average person, the average entrepreneur business owner, 100 leads, they would have no clue what to do with those leads. And B, if I followed up with them in 30 days, they wouldn't have closed probably one sale of those 100 leads. So leads is not the problem. It's not. It's your mindset, your flow. Like, how do you take somebody from a lead to achieving their goal? How do you get them there? What's the flow? You should know it. You should be able to tell me, no confusion. Like, it should be so crystal clear in your mind. You should even go over it like 1 or 2 times a day. And so yeah, that's the problem, is that people it's not the leads. There's billions of people. If you want to find people, oh my gosh, you can find them, right? It's that we don't know how to flow them from point A, the lead, to their end goal. So figure that out for 2021.
I'm going to add in one word here in ClickFunnel. And that's exactly, I think, what was it Brunson? What's his last? Yeah, I think it's Brunson. What is he, a multi-billionaire now? Figured out how to convert people in the flow.
Absolutely. And ClickFunnels is such a great platform. And a lot of what I talk about is no ads, no ClickFunnels, right? But after you've, established your presence, right? Like, after you've got this TikTok account and you've got your 1,000 videos, right? After after you've developed this flow that I'm talking about, that's when that's when I'm going to look at the Facebook ads. That's when I'm going to look at the ClickFunnels, right? Because here's the thing, like, if you don't know how to have a conversation with somebody, and you don't know how to take them from lead to their end goal, well, again, it goes back. ClickFunnels is going to it's going to deliver you 1,000 leads, right? When you sync it up with the Facebook ads. But what are you going to do with those leads? You're not going to be able to do anything with them because you don't have a flow.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
So I think this is where I'm about to launch my TikTok University, which basically is like this amazing community where I'm going to teach moms how to scale their businesses to 6 figures using TikTok. But what they're going to learn is really how to scale their business to 6 figures and create this social media flow. It's just, I want to focus on TikTok because I really believe that it's disrupting the social media industry. And Mark Cuban says, whenever something's disrupting, pay attention to it.
Yeah,
it's not an accessory, it's disrupting.
Yeah, they're definitely putting a wedge in everything because they wouldn't be on the news and government and all that fun stuff if there's no wedge involved with that industry. So there's definitely in, and no matter what industry is, if you're not paying attention to a wedge, that's your disruptor. So like TikTok guys, that's your wedge, which means it's when you go into an industry and you pretty much push away the two biggest players, and those players do not like to get pushed, you're causing something that's good. That's the best way of saying it. I don't want to say in between
I
two
love
people,
it. I love it.
It's
so true.
Yeah.
And that's business.
Yep. And
it's that enterprise, that free enterprise, that's the spirit of America. That's why, it's so much, have fun with it. Have fun with it. Don't get jealous. Don't get upset. It can be hard. It's hard. It can be hard. But just have that champion mindset, and just know that it's, you're playing with the big dogs. So I've got this free, so basically what I did was I put together a amazing vision casting workshop. Okay. And so, because we're going into 2021, right? You're seeing it, the vision board parties, the vision casting. I'm really big on vision casting. This was my vision board that I did last year. And
nice.
I mean, so many of these things came to be true. And I think the coolest thing was my foot getting healed. My foot's really messed up, and it's been messed up for a while. And I put that on my vision board, and then literally 4 or 5 months later, I met this acupuncturist who was like, "Oh yeah, we can fix your foot without surgery." I was thinking I was going to have to get surgery. Anyway, so I'm really big on vision casting, but I don't want to do the board this year. Okay. I want to teach y'all how to do a vision movie. Okay. And it's really cool. The coolest thing is that you keep it on your phone, and because you want to be looking at your vision board or whatever your goals, you want to be looking at them throughout the day. Well, this vision movie, you get to keep it on your phone. You get to look at it like throughout the day, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times a day. And it's real, and there's music behind it. And so anyway, and the coolest thing is I incorporated the TikTok app. We actually are doing it on the TikTok app. So you're going to get like this experience with editing on TikTok. It's absolutely amazing. So I put the workshop together, and I want to give it as a free gift to your listeners, just for your listeners. So we're going to get your vision, your flow really, really clear right now before 2021. So you can just catapult into 2021 with that really, really clear vision. So I have that for you all. What I think we'll probably do is put the link to it in the show notes, right?
Yep.
Okay. So yes, pick that up. I know you all are going to love it, and just get that really, really clear vision, but also you're going to get some hands-on with the TikTok like we just talked about, and get some experience with that. And hopefully that will give you the confidence to go and create those 1,000 pieces of content.
Nice. Let's tell everyone once again, and then what I'm going to do at the end here is I'm going to try to get a circle and go on TikTok if I can, if it's going to work.
Nice. Yes.
And then, so tell everyone where we can find you again, and then we will rock and roll with my end of the TikTok here.
Great. Listen, let's connect. Okay. Connect with me on, if you're on TikTok, it's Shot of C. Okay. SHOT_of_C, Shot of C. And if you are on Instagram, it's at Caitlin Wheeler Official. Facebook is Caitlin Wheeler, and my YouTube is #BossBabeKitchen. But listen, I want to really connect with you all personally. So if you want to shoot me a text, 860-857-6728, and just say podcast. 860-857-6728. Just say podcast. Text me that word, and we'll connect, and I can get you the vision casting workshop. If you don't yet have it, we can connect, and I can't wait to connect with y'all. Thank you so much, Chad.